Then here we are. It's final meeting number 135. It's February 25th, 2025. And today we're being joined by Guillermo, AJ, Clement, Collie, Anyeka, Sergio, Fanny, and Vasu. Thanks all for being here. As you can see on the screen, well, today's the monthly town hall meeting where we get updates from the work groups. And we do start off with a couple of mentions. If there's room at the very end of the call, there might be space for open topics. These meetings do tend to go the full slot though, so we'll have to see about that. Yeah, then a quick reminder on what the ambassador program even is and what we're doing. Basically, we're a group of like-minded people that are quite in tune with the mission and vision of Singularity Net and its wider ecosystem, and that want to help contribute to it. And we have a wide range of self-organizing work groups. So if you're interested in helping out, we do have a work group that fits you. So hop onto our Discord server that has a how to join section, and this will explain you how to join. With that out of the way, a couple of mentions. First one being a couple of hours ago was a announcement on ASI1 Mini. It's an LLM that got released. It's made by Fetch, credit where credit is due. And yeah, this is the first in a line of ASI train models. And yeah, you can try it out. It's I'll post the link in chat. If I can manage to lose it already. I think it's ASI1.ai. So scrolling up quite a bit in the chat. Yeah, ASI1.ai. Do check it out and have a little fun with it. It does have information cutoff date, I think in September 24. So the most recent happenings in the world it's not aware of. But yeah, do note it's a first version of the concept. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, would definitely recommend playing around with it. Then coming Thursday at 12 UTC, there's an AI Sandbox session with Nunet team on the call. And that will all be about onboarding onto Nunet. Those who were here last week saw me, well, fail in a way with struggling with virtual machines and everything on onboarding to Nunet. Back then, it was only a macOS installer, but now there's also yeah, Linux and Windows are also supported. So I would, yeah, highly recommend. It's I have to admit, even with the Windows installer, my system, which is not to blame Nunet, also my system on Windows was struggling with the virtual machine side of things. So I might be cursed. I'm not sure what's up there, but I think it's working properly. Yeah, Fasu, by all means, chime in.
Yeah, we tried it today. We tried it on Onyeka too. We tried it. Yeah, it was a bigger struggle at the start because there are a lot of things around. Yeah, but in the end, we finally made it. So yeah, window does works basically. So yeah, in a comprehensive manner, we're gonna explain everything upon it. We're still discussing upon it. So yeah, meet you guys on Thursday. Do join our, our AS Sandbox.
Awesome, thanks for that. Yeah, and then actually 1 hour before that, on 11 UTC on this Thursday, it's time for the monthly workgroup syncing call. And it's still quite open to agenda items. So if you feel there's topics or issues you're bumping into with your work group and you feel like, well, I want to talk with other work groups how they deal with this, that's the dedicated spot for synchronizing with each other. So yeah, you can find the link just on the calendar, like all our calls. And with that, I think that's the mentions out of the way. Quick check on the room if there's anything we should be touching on before heading over to the workgroup updates. Okay, then I think we can go there. And the first slide is a whole bunch of work groups led by Tefo, who is currently not in the room. Let me double check. No. Okay, so yeah, that's right now not the most optimal to focus on. Let's park it for a little bit. And that brings us to Guillermo with both the LATAM guilds and the R&D guilds. So the floor is yours.
Okay, hi everyone. I put together some slides to bore you all, as always. Just to share not only with words what we have been achieving this month of February. So I'm gonna go share this. I promise I'm gonna keep it short. Chapa ciao, chapa ciao, ciao. I need a thumb up when you guys are seeing my screen, just to organize the ideas. I guess you do now.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a yes. Okay, so let's start with the R&D. This has been an interesting month with a big updates on status situation on the developments on the roadmap. But let's go through this. Last Wednesday we have our 55th proper English guilds meeting, and we deployed last Tuesday. That it was, my calendar is not wrong, on the 18th, the new proposal, submission for proposals for Q2, new ideas for all core contributors and members of the program to, reach out and to participate in the R&D with their ideas. Then we have a short announcement, almost there, the rebranded skills database is about to soft launch. We already solved the hosting issues. We did walk backwards in regards of the back end of the development. Then we are going to be sharing some of the MetaCoders Lab initiative. And then also we have some updates on regards of how the R&D and probably the whole program can help on NUNET as the AI Sandbox is doing once it's fully operational. So again, I'm going to share this whole presentation on the chat when I'm done. But the new proposal submission applications have been launched on the 12th, and it's going to run till March 10th. So please join the challenge and submit your proposals. Follow the guidelines on the templates, so it's going to be a whole month for this. So work on your ideas. Also have in mind let's say the criteria we are applying. You're going to find all the guidelines on the documents. Review process is going to be March 11, March 24th. Community voting March 25th to 31, and we're going to be sharing the first downhole from the month of April with you. Again, remember the criteria for submission, and also what is the criteria for voting, the quorum needed for the proposals to go through the second phase for voting. You're going to find everything again on this presentation. Submission forms. Operation meeting. Finally, this is coming out, and we're likely going to be. It's going to be very useful also for the deep funding community, as Vani, as part of the focus group, have presented the idea internally. So we have already designed the system to be able to multiply and for them to create their own database for us to keep our core contributors and to these two also work in sync with Kenichi's development for the legacy and Rojo's Web3 contributions. Again, all links here. And then on the Metacoder Lab, where we have discussed internally. Of course, this went from LATAM to R&D, from monthly updates from the program, from the ecosystem to the year report. So now we are stuck with the idea. And I'm sharing with you this that I myself only have access because I was the one that presented the proposal in the RFP for OpenCog. And this is what caught our attention. One of the so the idea got the expert review, but it didn't got funded because we didn't miss the target. It wasn't specific a demo, but we didn't plant the virus, if you want to call it like that. We planted the seed, the idea that this can be very useful. So that's the first, when you move the pawn on a chess game. So now we have the support, now we call the attention. And this is one of the expert reviews that was presented on the proposal. We got 4 stars of 5, and it's clear the message. This is something we need. This is something we can use. So let's figure out how we fund this proposal. There was another suggestion that probably in a future RFP or probably in education, but we know that that can take a lot, and we already have funds are being funded by the foundation, and so why don't we share this challenge? So this became a multi-group, as Peter called this a couple of weeks ago. This will be not the first one because retrospectives and governance are multi-group, let's say, challenges or efforts, but this will be something that all work groups and guilds from the program can collaborate. Education, onboarding, video work groups, you name it. So everybody's on the game. Kisi had shared a group last Friday with all the work group leads. We have already shared previous this meeting the RFP proposal complete, the program we draft, an agenda for the next meeting, suggestion of what cool ideas we can implement, and also we're going to need some help from foundation and tech from the OpenCog team. So we will figure it out, but just to share with you guys that this from the R&D now became a multi-group challenge, and so really happy to see this one succeed. It's a big challenge. It's not an easy one, but we're here to play. That will do it on R&D, and I'm going to be short on LATAM as this first 2 months after coming back from holidays. It has been all about crafting the roadmap, the initial roadmap for the regional expansion to this Q4 and Q3, because we have a concept of idea, we have clear ideas on outreach, onboarding, education, all what is part of the roadmap, but we need to adapt it with the updated ASI Alliance challenges and like we shared today. So the ASI LM. So there's a lot of things going on. So we need to adapt the roadmap to this. Not also because of the budget we are, but also because what we learned, what it worked. So we're going to go strong on onboarding strategy. The outreach strategy is to have one representative at the beginning or 2 from all the countries of the region. We have succeeded on that. Now we are focusing on tech profiles to help with the Meta Coder Lab initiative and different initiatives we're working. We have a new core contributor coming from Brazil, software engineering and AI specialist. So that's going to be a good help. And we are putting out a call to action for Colombia and Mexico. Mexico to have a pair. So we believe that 2 individuals on each country are going to make the perfect math. Okay, so team game. And we are focusing on regional push for the BNB ASI hack. That's new. We announced probably a couple of hours ago, and also the ASI train. So everything that is coming together, we need to find a way to put it out, not only to communicate it, but also to go out and share. And lastly, we present, after Alex came here a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, it's a week ago. So we present an initiative for the SIO apartment strategy alliance from Singularity Net to participate on the Aleph pop-up city. I don't know if you guys have read Jorge Luis Borges, but he's a great writer from Argentina. And Aleph, it's one of his most known short stories. That is a very surrealistic. So this pop-up city, last year we were on stage, invited, with one of our ambassadors. Now we believe it's a good opportunity to participate with a hack, which we introduced in Copa America last year. We are doing with BNB on why not we can present something to the Aleph. Yeah, so this is the site. Yeah, this big event going on in Argentina. Let me share this other thing with you guys. But I don't want to take too long. The thing it's, I'm going to throw it also here on the chat once I'm finished. You're going to see a presentation with a whole, so from Vitalik to all developers, all chains are participating on this. So we believe it will be a good place or scenario to launch regionally, not only Singularity Net efforts, Ben's vision and mission, but also the ASI Alliance. And also why not to do with a hack? I was dreaming to probably have Desi, Ben and Desi and the band playing, but that is going to be literally impossible because of the calendar. We are going to participate with ambassadors just to outreach on what we have been doing. But hopefully we can see this happen. We are waiting for decisions from the ISO team, and we will keep you updated on the events. That's all on my side.
Nice one. Thanks a lot. Yeah, just to chime in a little bit on the responses on the RFP, that was, yeah, unfortunately not selected, but at the same time, really, really, yeah, reassuring that we're on the right track there. So curious to see, well, the next iteration, I guess. Let's see. Next on the list is the education work group. I can hop back to my slides, but they would just say education work group. So I'm not sure if there's a representative in the room, but feel free to step up. Quickly skimming through the participants to see if there's any representative of education work group. Nobody stepping up. Then in that case, we'll head over to AI Sandbox and Think Tank. Oh, OEP says hi. That's not you saying I'm gonna do the education work group, is it? All right, then on to, yeah, AI Think Tank and Sandbox.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, sure can.
All right. So for AI Sandbox and Think Tank, basically in our Think Tank sections, we had 2 exhibitions. One on Spotter Studio, and the second was on Audio Read. These are tools that I think Spotter Studio itself is more of an SEO. This tool itself is super beneficial to the video workbook. I think after the call, we also had a discussion about it in the video workbook. It can enhance our shorts creation, and yeah, that's for that. Just a brief summary. And also, for the audio read, it's more of a tool that actually addresses um, um, a disability issue. Basically, I think previously in R&D, we had a research on inclusivity with of members with disabilities in the ecosystem. And this is a tool that actually helps to solve people with dyslexia, basically. So it's we're still looking at how we could possibly adopt this tool. And for Think Tank itself, we also had an open discussion, and also a theoretical debate where we looked at a breakout discussion on the topic of open source versus closed source. It was really an interesting session. Yeah, we had these breakout rooms whereby members had to divide themselves into groups and kind of ideate upon their selection, either on the proposition side or the opposition side. And at the end of it, we come back into the room and have a kind of a debate around that discussion, basically. So it was a really fun session. It's something that we actually had retrospective upon, and we are actually going to have another session in the coming months. So that's for that. Also, we are going to have our first project showcase session featuring units. Basically, going to have them come into our space and give more of a project showcase on their projects on how to onboard applications on the NewNet platform. Basically, it's gonna feature live testing, live demonstration, uh, integrations, applications, and also there's gonna be a module whereby questions. Sorry. Um, a descriptive overview of the entire project is going to be discussed. And at the end of the session, there's also going to be a room for questions and answers, basically. So you guys can get to ask questions to these experts from NUNET. And yeah, it's going to be on Thursday, 12 UTC. And we hope to see you guys there. Yeah. So that's all for Sandbox.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And yeah, great to see the the interactions with the wider ecosystem. That's always good to see. So thanks for stepping up there.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
All right, then yeah, next on the list is Gamers Guild. Let's see who we have stepping up for Gamers Guild.
Yeah, that's me again. Yeah, Slate reached out to me and he wasn't going to be available. So for Gamers Guild, we are currently conducting a research on some gaming platforms like Decentraland and Sandbox, basically. We have members that are assigned to this research, and at the end of the quarter, they are to present kind of a report where we can analyze these platforms and see how we could integrate the ambassador program on this platform, basically for educational purposes. Also, we are almost done with our map creation for the ambassador program implementation on Roblox. So it's almost done. It's still just a little bit of tweaks. And we've completed the departments of the Education Guild, Treasury Guild, and also the GitHub PBL. So these respective guilds and work groups have been created by members of the Gamers Guild. And the goal here is to gamify the ambassador program on Roblox, basically, where my members can come into various departments, learn about the departments. There's going to be a dialogue system where you can ask questions to the work group lead, and yeah, get to see some features of each department. So it's just gamifying the whole ambassador program on Roblox. So yes, I think that's all for Gamers. And also, yeah, our asset experience, realistic asset experience, we actually published that in our channel, Gamers Guild channel. You could also check out our asset creation. And if you want to contribute, please join in our calls and yeah, and you get the opportunity to do that. So yeah, that's all for Gamers Guild.
Awesome, and thanks again. Next on the list is Moderators work group, and I have the pleasure there. Yeah, quick update is basically the Telegram side of things is ongoing fine as it goes since a long time already. But still the connection to Discord, the Discord part of moderation, that's a real struggle. Basically the moderators on Telegram side are really not inclined to have any meetings, and that makes it kind of hard to organize. Yeah, that's just lacking on Discord side of things. I have to say, there's two things, right? There's basically just chats and people that potentially need moderation, and there's server management that's also included in the work group. We have Demonics for that, and yeah, he's just nailing it. Basically, I think on average we have about 50 scam accounts per hour, every hour, all day, all week, joining our server, but they're all getting filtered, and it's just really, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that being said, I don't think the actual moderation on Discord is a concrete pressing issue. It is something I would like, if anything, for formal reasons, just to have established. But it's, yeah, a really tricky role in a way, because the time spent moderating, like it becomes really hard to measure at some point. I'm quite hopeful it will be sorted before the end of quarter, because this is an ongoing issue, basically since 2 quarters now, plus the current quarter. So yeah, I do have this big mental note of sorting that out before the end of the quarter. That's a bit it for now, I guess. Any help there would be very welcome. I do know a couple of people have over the months indicated interest in moderating. Yeah, it just needs the final tying together and actually doing it. So yeah, that's the situation there. Then onto marketing. Let's see who can take
All
the
right, let me check marketing. So for marketing guild, we had the restructuring. Basically, we actually reviewed roles, and I think now we are done. And now everyone is actually back to operations. So we are trying to ensure that we deliver basically before the end of the quarter. So things that we've done basically is that basically we added a new role called the event role, whereby we have a representative actually spreading the word physically and also in online events, basically. We've had once a previous session on Telegram with some Telegram communities, and CJ actually helped to spread the word of Singularity Net in these sessions and onboard people basically into the ecosystem. Also, we have our Zilly running in collaboration with the Writers Work Group and the Video Work Group. Basically, it's mainly a community driven initiative whereby we engage our community in performing quests, and they also get rewards basically in engaging in this initiative itself. So it's currently running. I think it ended today, being the 25th. There's going to be a report around it to showcase the impact of the Zilli platform, and there will be another sprint in the coming month. Also, we have the community spotlight, which went out for education guild. Yeah, I think there's current plans with other respective guilds and work groups for the next community spotlight to go out in the next 2 weeks, and also the guild spotlight. I think questionnaires have been sent, and we are pleading with respective guilds and work groups to please respond so that we could actually publicize this. Also, our podcast initiative itself is also a work in progress. We are planning to host Peter on our first podcast episode, and Peter is going to speak about the ambassador program and basically also the ecosystem at large. So once that is ready, we'll give an announcement, and we'll love to see you guys on our first episode. So yeah, If there's anything I'm missing out, you guys could also point it out. But I think that's it for marketing.
Awesome, thanks a lot. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm actually losing track. Let's see. Yeah, next one would be writers. Kenichi, the floor would be yours. If you're with us.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
So hello everyone. Today's update actually is going to be quite short on the Writers World Group. So we've continued writing articles basically, but recently we actually opened or increased our subscription on Twitter to the Premium Plus. So now we can write articles on Twitter, and the big highlight there is that we're going to be publishing the town hall update, the monthly town hall updates directly on Twitter, so more people can understand and engage with everything we are doing down to the program. The January draft will actually be going out today, basically because we have like a bit of lag before we can get the video recording of the sessions, and also it took a while to get the Premium Plus. But very soon, once the January version goes out, February will be following soon. Hopefully, maybe the first week of March, and we can expect more content coming in that direction. Also, another thing we did is that we actually added thresholds to our roles to ensure that everybody's collaborating at a really good rate and pace, and also using that to measure what we need to improve in the work group, basically. Another thing, yeah, is that the Miro, yeah, I don't know if anyone is familiar with Miro, but it's a Web3 publishing platform, which is another platform we are moving to publish, also with Cardano Spot. And basically, we're trying to reach a more diverse community and a more diverse, sense of people that actually read our articles and also touch our Substack, basically. So yeah, that's basically from us, and expect more things to come from March. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks a lot. Yeah, then moving on to video. Let's see who steps up here. Do we have a representative from video in the room?
Okay. So for video work group, we actually as the same thing. Not I won't say the same thing, but we are in collaborations with writers and marketing group on the Zilli platform. The goal itself is to enhance our social media outreach and also grow our social media accounts basically. So it's doing quite well. One key highlight is our Mastodon account. Um, Previously in January, uh, on 4 subscribers, but now we have a total of 40 subscribers on Mastodon. So the impact of the Zilli itself is quite huge, and it's something that we also want to keep having going forward. So that's for that. Also, the we are currently in talks or preparation basically to actually have like a collaboration with some spin-off projects where we could actually assist them in creating videos basically. So we are preparing our presentations and slides. It's still an open discussion within the video work group. So once that is done, I think we'll also reach out to Peter for communications. And yeah, and I think lastly, we've created, I think, sorry, I'm not really prepared for this, but I think a total of 17 long videos. This is both January and February. And for the shorts, I think, yeah, we have a total of 21 shots so far. So this is including both our town hall updates and our usual shots. For the long videos, includes our educational videos, our ecosystem updates, and also the town hall edits, basically. So yeah, that's all for the video.
It's a lot of output. Nice. Thanks again.
Right.
Then moving on, and also can't help but have a look at the clock. Yeah, I didn't do this whole clock thingy to keep people in check on timing. It's been a while since I hosted one of these specific tunnels, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Next one is African Guild. Do we have a representative in the room? I think we do, don't we? Yeah, I'm unable to give the update, so yeah, can park it for now. All right, we'll park it for now. Then next would be Strategy Guild. Any representative for Strategy Guild? I see a theme. It does cut short the time a little bit, so that's helpful, but all right. Then moving on to governance work group. I'm not quite sure. Earlier today we had a governance call where there was mention of the tunnel updates, but I'm not quite sure if Vanessa is with us, and I'm not sure if you plan on giving an update.
I hadn't. My internet connection's going really ropey. Can I be heard? Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Well, that's progress. Yeah. What the hell have we been talking about in governance skills? We have had a conversation about decision-making process, pro or con, and we haven't quite finished that off yet. So next meeting, which will be Thursday, there'll be more to talk about there. But we've also kind of talked quite a lot about how we're going to maintain the publicity and make sure people are aware about the Q2 budget approval process. So we've noticed in previous quarters that the more we kind of shout about it, the better it works. So yeah, we're due to recalculate who is a core contributor this quarter quite soon. And as everybody knows, I hope, budgets and quarter one reports need to be in by the 10th, which is what, a week and a half away. So yeah, it's all up for grabs, and we will be spamming you with big red letters designed by Guillermo to tell you what the deadlines are and when you should be filling in consent forms and giving your thoughts. And that's about.
Yeah, fair. Thanks a lot for allowing me to put you on the spot like that. I think this overlaps quite a lot with open governance. I do have it separately in the list, but yeah, topics wise, there's a shared agenda pretty much. So
Oh,
yeah.
just on open governance, though, we had a really nice call a couple of weeks ago before Clement and Advance went off to Ethiopia. So at some point, we're going to have a session where they tell us what went on and what they learned and what they're bringing back.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Let's not put them on the spot right now on that. I see chat as well, Clement commenting that next week would be fine for that. So yeah, gonna note that down. Cool. That brings us to onboarding. And I'm not sure who to. Oh,
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
hi.
Guess my network is reconnected right in time for this. So for the onboarding work group, we kind of had a focus on um, having people to actually understand a couple of processes that's associated with what we do here in the ambassadors program. cutting across understanding of the ecosystem, cutting across important things like budget and management. Yeah. And so we as the work group, we have dedicated time to undertake a research which was focused on onboarding to decentralization. So we tried to have an understanding of people's experiences, their difficulties, their just generally around issues and understanding how easy it is to onboard decentralized ecosystems. Yeah, and we did that. We're currently still trying to reevaluate the analytics that we had from the research, and of course, hopefully, we come up with something, and then we're going to be presenting it. I hope to. I hope so. We present that to the town hall as well, so everyone gets to have an understanding. It's really an interesting thing to work with, work around with, and also we had a management budget management session that was on the 13th February. I don't know if I'm very accurate with that, Bunny. So we had that was facilitated by Bunny herself and Duke. So we had people tune in and we had talked to people about how it is with the budget sheets, how to just general understanding around the calculation and how that works. And as a follow-up, we have thinking of syncing the next work group budget for the onboarding to someone who was part of the session. So we begin to test their understanding about what was really done. So it's more like the onboarding work group puts up a process and tests understanding as well, which for me it's a step in the right direction. And I think every other work group should approach that in that way. Also, we're going to be having um, a skills session as well on understanding the SNET ecosystem on the 27th of March, 2025. So it's more like an open invitation as well for people to have a lot more understanding about Singularity Net. I know that a lot of us here are pro already, and but then it's always possible to learn new things. I guess. I mean, no one knows it all, and it's always a nice opportunity to learn stuff. Yeah. So that's yeah, and then we still have our skills share metrics open for people who maybe want to chip in their skills. I don't know if Vanny that could be useful. You share that in chat. Yeah. The work group is closed, of course, very evident for now. But then, I mean, you could just chip in your skills, and maybe sometime in the future, if it's open, then I mean, we could find use for the skills you share with us. Yeah. So that's basically what we have been up to for the past couple of weeks. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice. All right. Yeah, then there's two more remaining on the list. First one being archives, and after that, ethics. And I do think Vanessa would be the person for both of these.
All right. Yeah, we're over time though. Do people want to hear what Archives has been up to, or do you want to just come to the next meeting?
I'm biased.
I'm all right. I'll keep it super brief. I mean, we've been continuing the work on our graph rag process for the archives, which is basically about importing all the meeting summary data that people do create when they make a meeting summary into a Neo4j or a graph database so we can query it and analyze the relationships, the connections, the participant interactions, which is very interesting, and the decision-making flows. You can see some details. I'll just post a link to the relevant issue in our GitHub board. And in a way, it's starting to make visible what I would call influence, which is really interesting. Like who is in which meetings and what they bring to each meeting from another meeting, and yeah, just who influences things. And even with the incomplete data that we've worked with so far, the graph has revealed some interesting snippets, such as the person who attends the most meetings, the most different meetings in the ecosystem at the moment, is currently Lord Kizzy. Ta-da! We've also been working on rethinking the meeting summary tool. And now when you come to add a summary, you're going to see something a little bit different at the start, which asks you what you want to do. So if it's okay, I can't. I was going to say I'll share screen, but do I just need to be co-host so I can do that? Because this would be quite a good forum to...
Yep, should be good now.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so when you go to submit a summary now, you will be seeing something that looks a little bit like this, which says select how you want to proceed. You won't be able to see these last two because these are an admin function, but you'll get the option to edit an existing summary or create a new clean one. If you want to edit an existing summary, it will give you a drop down of the recent ones from the work group that you selected. So if I wanted to edit this one, I'd select it and there it would be, and I can work on it. The other option, create a new clean summary. This will give you a drop down for the date and you can just select the date for which you want to create a summary. So we feel like this is going to solve a few of the issues that we've had lately with some of the particular difficulties or mistakes that people are making. So that's kind of about all we can say, but our next meeting is not tomorrow, but the following Wednesday at 1300 UTC. So I might as well roll straight into AI ethics and less to report there. Most of our work this month has been kind of around tidying up from previous quarters. We've been signing off a load of interviews, checking that we've got the right consent forms to make the research ethical, and thinking about how we're going to go about analysing the content. There's some really, really interesting material coming out of the interviews that people have done, and we can't wait to get into making sense of it. But I guess the interim step that we're hoping or planning to get done by the end of the quarter is transcription. And we have been a little bit slow with getting started on that, but it's getting there. And we've also signed off the survey sharing that members have been doing within their own communities. BGI Nexus has a survey on AI ethics, which you can do in your own time. And if anybody hasn't seen it, I might as well drop a link to it in the chat. You are welcome to do it if you're interested. That's about it. Thank you.
Awesome. Copying that link for later. I haven't done it yet, so yeah, cool. Yeah, then in the meantime, Clement mentioned in chat that he would be able to provide an update on African Guild. So I think looking at the clock, we can still squeeze that in before wrapping up for today. So please, Clement.
Yeah. I'll just keep that super brief. So first of all, the African view, we have had a couple of initiatives that's been going on for the past couple of weeks concerning for the first quarter. And for the past couple of weeks, that's within the quarter two, we have had slight focus more on the education, within Africa's multicultural, context and organization as it relates to the ASI Singularity Net. So we launched the Educational Transfer Initiative where we are currently focused on creating materials and translating them in various African languages. Now, it's more like a interactive storytelling format, where we try to infuse African traditional stories with the happenings around SingularityNet, the AI marketplace, and the ASI Alliance. Yeah. Now, we're also thinking of bringing back our members collective because we're starting to touch base in other African countries. So we're having Ethiopians coming on board. We have people from Togo, and pretty much 5 extra African countries, right? So we're thinking of reintroducing a members collective where we can have interaction with people from other. So this is more like an input from the conference we attended at Ethiopia. So we're trying to already start using the connections we had there. Now, also, we are currently working on a couple of marketing initiatives that will be geared at, um, sharing learning resources, and our social handles. And yeah, we're also having some sort of town hall sessions for Africans actually. Yeah. And it's more like in sync with the currently existing African Community Initiative on the funding. So we will get to talk about SingularityNet, we get to talk about ASI Alliance, and then yeah, we also get people's opinion on their views about AI within the African context as well. So I mean, I've seen a lot happening, and we hope that this will sustain further quarters and make good use of the results we get from there. Yeah. So thank you.
Awesome, and thanks a lot for stepping up there and providing the update. All right, I do think that's a wrap. Yeah, quick check on the room if there's anything we should be calling out or mentioning right now in this session. I can't resist but spam another time the link to the ASI1 LLM. Do play around with it. Okay, I see nobody unmuting and nobody raising hands, so I think that's it for today. Thanks all for being here and sharing your time and updates. Yeah, hope to see you on one of the many upcoming community calls tomorrow. There's just a quick reminder. Starting off with education at 15 UTC, then Death by AI at 16 UTC. Then there's R&D at 17:30 UTC. And then to top it off at 22 UTC, there's the Latam Guild. So yeah, for sure you won't have to be bored tomorrow. And if not on any of these calls, we'll talk on Discord. Do have a nice remainder of your Tuesday and see you around.